So to begin with, I'm gonna go for the first question, which is about the characteristic of direct method that make it so distinctive from the grammar translated method, the ZTM, and along with example and illustrations. So in here we have the three main benefits of direct methods. Firstly, the student gonna learn how to use language naturally. Um, that means whenever they learn about a new vocabulary, for example, an apple or pen, so they have to think. Uh, the teacher asks student, "What is this?" and the learner gonna answer directly, "This is the pen." So they have to think in English and answer in English as well. I mean, in the target language. Compared with ZTM, that is the student gonna ask in their native language, which mean đây là cái gì, or and student gonna ask đây là cái bút, vậy thì cái bút trong tiếng Anh là gì? Pen. So we can see the differences between direct and GTM. So I think GTM is a way more lengthy and complicated than direct. The second one is obviously when teachers and students interactive continuously in the class. So the speaking and listening skill will be fostered effectively, and they're gonna be improved a lot. The third one is the grammar. So, for example, the student can start the lessons by asking the student about their experiences, about their daily activity, like what did you do yesterday, and they can come up with the answer. I went to the bookstore yesterday. So they can think and answer the question directly in the target language. So for the second questions, the merit and defect of CLT, and some illustration and example. So the benefit is students are able to learn the authentic language, which means they're gonna learn some language, vocabulary, verb, or anything that relate to language, which is used in real life communications. And another thing is, if we take comparison with ZTM, we can see that CLTs is steering the focus from the teacher to the learner. So this is the learner-centered approach. That means encourage student interactions and making learner more active throughout their journey, and facilitate their speaking skill. And another benefit is integration of skill. So by by interact effectively during the class, I think somehow student can learn simultaneously the speaking, listening, and reading, and writing as well in the class. Yeah. So about the drawbacks of CLT, the problem is when students speaking in the target language, some is not as clear as the written text. That means they might make some mistake, and it's not easy to see it, to spot it. So there's some there might be some error or wrong use in the grammar. Another thing is it is truly challenging for though introvert or for non-interactive learners. That means it takes a huge amount of time for those people to spend an effort to interact with another student in the class. Um, the last thing is teachers need to be skilled or well educated or well trained to conduct this method. For the last question, mm, so we're gonna discuss about the problem of audio language teachings that the class can face. So the problem with ALM is the teachers is overemphasis on repetitions. That means a student in class may be required to repeat the same sentence with multiple times, and somehow that could be monotonous or make student boring. Another thing is the limited focus on meaning. Since the method focus on mimicry, learner may not understand the truly meaning behind the phrase that are repeating. So, for example, they know the sentence is reading a book. That means describe an action, read a book. But when they are required to describe the action of writing a letter, like she is writing a letter, they're unable to make it into a sentence. And the last thing is the lack of communicative competence. Um, this focus mainly on repetition. Somehow, they gonna lack of the ability to interact with different contexts in the real life. So, um, so there are several solutions. That the first one is incorporate meaningful context. Um, so after repeating one sentence multiple times, student can assign or like create a contest like I would like a cup of coffee. I would like a cup of coffee. They repeat many times. Then the teachers can create the contest at the coffee shop and ask students to make it to team up or to work in pair to practice how to use the sentence I would like a cup of coffee with other students in class. So the second thing is focus on understanding. Um, instead of pure memorizations, teachers should ensure students understand the meaning behind the patterns. Like after drilling sentences like I'm eating an apple, um, student can teacher can ask student to describe order action in different contexts. Uh, so they can improve their flexibility. And the last solution is ALM can be combined to another method like um, it can be used with CLT. For example, after drilling um, a, a verb tense, a tense is past tense, so they can use it to, and then they can discuss about their past experience in small group. So that is all of my uh, answers for all of the three questions. Thank you for listening.